Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready for game number 4 between Legion and the Return. It started off, it was all about the Return. They won the first game pretty easily. Then game 2, we saw Legion kind of pull it around. Game 3, we actually saw a GG.
Return
very, very early. Yeah, Return, they have a very big uphill battle ahead of them. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, was the F6 the right decision in that game number 3, putting them down 2 games?
I personally think it was nowhere close to the right call. I think the game 1 call to surrender coming out from Legion, it's a much different story. It's the very first game of the series. You go in and you sort of just say, that game didn't count.
Yeah.
It's sort of like dying before Heartseeker's finished. Nothing counts. Now I have stacks, that's a different story. All right, first game's done. Let's go ahead and win. This time around, it's your 3rd game going into the 4th. It's a little rough. I think this will hurt more than it will help, unlike the first one.
Yeah. Well, matter of time here before we get ready to hop into the picks and bans. You would be a fool. That's Dot coughing. He's still getting used to the Georgia allergies. They're miserable. Yeah,
it's a little rough. My eyes are all watering, and so are Clouds, because he wasn't able to pick Poseidon. So we'll see if this time around, if the Poseidon ban will come out from Legion one more time as we head into the L's and Q, the P's and B's.
I hate you.
I know.
I hate you so much. Well, seeing since Return did lose that, they are actually going to keep the order side. They will take first pick. I wonder if we will see anything new come out of them. The ISIS ban coming out, shot at a Duro.
Oh, yeah. He's been... I mean, I don't even want to say quietly dominant. The reason I wanted to say quietly was because nobody made a ban before this game. But Aduro has been dominating with this character. The long-range spirit balls and... The people always forget about the power of the silence. He's been nailing those.
Yeah, he's been looking very, very good. Medusa is still on the table. This has got to be Sylvanus here. And if they do pick Sylvanus, the question is, does Wubbin have a great Sylvanus? And wow, they actually don't go for that. And they go Hunbats right away, stealing it away from DJ Pernicus. So now Sylvanus Cupid instantly locked in. Legion wasting no time at all. But this does give them Athena Poseidon, since we know Return loves to run this. And you want to talk about a mean mid-harpy control. You take Hunbats, Poseidon, and Athena on one team. Oh, what the?
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
okay.
You got to expect the third round ban of the Athena.
Yeah.
Right. But at this point, Return has not really had a chance to really, you know what I mean? So it's a situation where they're like, we can't play it. We can't play it. I am in love with the Hunbats pick. Yeah. I absolutely love it. They take it away from DJ Pernicus, and I think that has been the keystone of a lot of these fights and the objectives.
It has.
Both. Hunbats has been, and then sure, DJ plays it very well, but Hunbats, the character, has been the keystone of a lot.
Well, Legion's going to go ahead and get rid of the Odin here, and now we're going to see what Return takes out. It might be the Thor, and it is going to be Thor. Get rid of Thor, and so now, what does DJ Pernicus have left in his tackle box?
A lot. DJ Pernicus he can play so many gods. Like I've said, DJ has been a part of the Smite scene community for a long time. If you're ever up at 3 in the morning, he's there after his nurse shift streaming with some weird Ryan Gosling title and honestly killing it.
It should be Ao Guang, right? I mean, Ao Guang, this is the heal on the execute. That buff has gone into him as well, which is greatly helped. But also Bastet is going to be there, so now he's going to lock in Bastet, and now option will go over to Return. They are looking for support as well as a solo laner.
Bastet plays very well into DJ Pernicus' hand. Constant invades, constant jumps over the wall, just being annoying.
Did they forget about Athena? They had to have forgotten about Athena, right? Or they don't value the Athena, and so they lock in Gab, which is still which is good. It's great. I guess maybe since the synergy between Poseidon and Fear No Evil is good enough.
I want to see Legion pick up Athena for the jungle and shove Bastet into the solo lane. Oh, DJ plays jungle Athena well. It is phenomenal. But then you have a Sobek. I guess you could do Bastet mid like Jerby.
Yeah, come on.
He didn't win, though.
Come on.
He didn't come close to winning.
Agni, a very, very elite mid laner.
Oh, yeah.
He seems to be the perfect god in Smite. He's the definition of balanced.
He does.
His kit all works together. There's great synergy. And he's always as strong, but no one regards him as overpowered until someone with the right hands plays him.
Yeah, once people get stunned by the flame wave into the 1, that's a little rough. That said, Agni into Poseidon is something that a lot of players don't like to do. Poseidon's Whirlpool will incur a cripple, which Agni, if he's fast enough, can dash out of, but it's not something you want to you don't want to really anticipate or lean on that one. Aduro must feel very strong about his Agni play if he's going to pick this into Poseidon.
What's the thought process behind the Vamana going into this team comp? I mean, he's a late game hyper carry, working with, Poseidon, who's extremely strong early on in those rotations, and then you have a Gab that's going to get stronger towards the later stages of the game. I mean, was Vamana the best pick?
It's just a safe pick. So, sort of like you were talking about Shock, right? It's just a default, like, Axe, Slurp, etc. Vamana can do a very similar thing. Just clean up and then get big and left click. It's really a safe pick for the solo lane, honestly.
Well, speaking of lanes here, Sylvanus on Pain to Beyond. Keep in mind, the nerf to Sylvanus has not gone in. That is in PTS, where his auto attacks no longer provide a knockback to minions. So they will still be knocking back the minions here, which means that Legion instantly has control over the pressure that they can put on the lane, which gives them a huge advantage going into this game 4, especially in the early stages.
One of the things that actually is very interesting if you guys are new to see Sylvanus play, since he's banned virtually all the time, Sylvanus will actually pick up the purple buff when we see these gods get into lane. Sylvanus with that purple buff, because it's the AoE basic attacks, will allow him to make much more use of that attack speed and the basic attack magical in-hand damage. So do not be surprised when you see the support steal the buff away from his hunter.
Yep. Well, now the red buff going to the Poseidon, who will be rotating into the mid lane. This is going to be Clow. It is going to be all about Clow taking on his opponent, Aduro. Can Clow propel his team forward with this Poseidon?
It's what he's picked most of this series. It's honestly what I've seen him play a decent amount of time. I know that he's a very proficient Poseidon. He hasn't been the reason, if we want to just cut and dry that, right?
Yep.
So he can do well enough. Will he be the single driving force? I think it will be a lot of Salt Machine's help coming together if they want this team to last into the mid and late game.
Great rotation here coming out of the Hunbats. A sub 1 minute rotation, which will put him and now Clow all the way at the back Harpies of Legion, putting behind DJ Pernicus just a little bit, unless, oh wait, look at this. He's doing the same thing, but he will be taking this experience by himself. If he really wants to, he can go to the back left camps as well, as the Hand of the Gods will be coming off the respawn.
See, that's communication right there. Adoro showed up late to the party, but immediately said, hey, look, mid laner and jungle are in our back Harpies. You are 3,000 million trillion % safe, dude. Go ahead. Go hang out.
Oof. Barely missing that pull there, but wasting no time was Wubbin throwing that shield on, making sure he didn't get pulled. And now, so really looking at this, lane control goes to Sylvanus and Cupid, obvi. But what does Rama and Geb have to do?
I mean, it's just, they have to stay out of trouble. A lot of times you talk about how do they really get a good grip on this lane, no pun intended. Oof. They've got to stay away from the Sylvanus grip. That's it. If they get pulled, they get Cupid ulted, and they get dead. So
Panda Cat aggressed. He's got the Heart Bomb on him. Geb Shield will be there, which will keep him alive. Yeah,
so out of this lane, Scott, just look for defense coming out from Teen Return.
Okay. So now still DJ Pernicus mirroring that of the Hunbats here, as we will now see him on Bastet. Really, I mean, Return has the... they have the better late game jungler, right? I mean, Bastet just falls off eventually.
Bastet, yeah, sure. Bastet
right?
falls off a little bit. What I always take into that conversation, because that's definitely a popular point, is sure, but you can always jump over the wall and steal a fire trap. So that's always something to be thinking of. That said, Batz is one of the few assassins that actually go into the late game well because of Fear No Evil. So very good point.
Left Harpies will be able to be taken here by Team Legion, and the right side as well. And this is really all set up because of Sylvanus' push in the lane. I mean, the Geb rotation to the Harpies at best is going to be around that timing, and they did the best they could, but it's just not enough to deal with it. I mean, you're just so far shoved under your tower the entire time.
Solo lane matchup is going to go similar to what we saw with the tier Sobek, where, well, nobody's really going to do much of anything.
Right.
You know, worth noting, Sobek's Sickening Strike will stop some of the healing of Vamana's ultimate, so we won't be able to depend on that as much, but it would still, you know, still just going to be a Vamana ult at the end of the day. So neither of these people really want to fight each other.
Yep.
Just about clear.
Yep. DJ Pernicus now still in the backside, just farming up, as now Vamana will be doing the same thing. They know what's on the line here. This is a shot at the summer split. I'm expecting a very, very safe game out of both of these teams. But at the same time, when the pressure is on, it's almost better to throw something crazy at him, right?
Legion's got one game to burn. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
Legion's got a game to burn. Basically, I want to see, personally, I want to see aggression. I want to see Legion go and swing for the fences and do stuff that could tilt the game in their favor crazily. Because if they lose, they go, oh no, we gave that one to return by trying a crazy strat. We beat them real hard twice before. All we need to do is win game 5. So I think right now the ball's in Legion's court. Do crazy stuff, Legion. Be aggressive. It's up to return to really defend.
Wiggles is going to go ahead and back, barely avoiding that auto attack there from Sylvanus as he heads back into the shot period, getting his boots online, which is going to be a significant power spike for him. Ooh. And now Whirlpool will come out. He's going to eat 2 bombs with this, turns on the Trident, and he was just a little bit too slow. But he connected with just 1 Trident, and look at Agni's health. Aduro lost, a quarter, just from 1 swing.
Not a light-hitting ability there. Is the steroid.
It's always surprising how
it is.
It really is, man.
Because you sit there and it's a mage basic attacking you.
Yeah.
But it's a mage basic attacking you with a steroid 3 times.
Yeah, no. He's got the Doom Orb online here. Very, very cost-efficient item that we've been seeing get picked up a lot in Season 2 since we reduced its cost.
Doom Orb with Doom Orb.
I think it's doing exactly what it's supposed to.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It makes you it makes you stronger as a mage, obviously, because it provides so much more damage, but creates an interesting component. All of a sudden, you have a target on your back. Hey, kill me, and I'm not nearly as strong. So it creates an interesting dynamic where you're powerful, but you're a target, and you have to play safe just as much as you have to actually use that extra power.
Clow activating the Trident there, giving him the steroid as well, dodging the pull of Pain to be on. These left Harpies are getting ready to come up. DJ Pernicus is going to be there. He's looking at Wubbin. Wubbin, all he has to do is knock this up. Cataclysm's going to go off, though. Will the Kraken follow? No, it's not, but Sylvanus will knock him up. DJ Pernicus comes in. He dives right on to... That's going to be Poseidon. Kraken's going to go down defensively there. Aduro gets 1. Will they be able to take him out, though? They're not going to continue to pursue. They want to be healthy for this Gold Fury if they want to do it.
4 people are chasing Clow right now. He actually shoved the cat off of him with the basics from the Trident. The kill does go the way of Pain to Viol, so that will be 1 in the corner of a Legion. You mentioned Gold Fury. Will they do it now that Vamana has rotated?
I don't think so. Clear the Path is one of those abilities that is just... Yep. The noise really just sold it for me there. But yeah, no. I mean, it's really hard. And plus, I mean, he can go into Colossal Fury and then Big Baby's just stomping around. Yeah. It's really tough to deal with. But as we take a look here over into the duo lane side of things, we are going to watch as Nevin, he hasn't gotten the best of Panic Cat this entire series. I'm going to say that a lot of this rests on his shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, we actually saw return when they took game 1. We showed a highlight reel of Nevin.
Yeah.
Nevin did well.
Yeah, game 1 did great, but since then.
But the difference, Gandhi, is all of those clips were team fights where he showed up in the middle.
Yeah.
None of them were one-on-one versus Panda Cat. And since then, Panda's been like, word, I'm just going to stay here. I'm not going to rotate, and you're going to fight me in my face, and I'm going to beat you every time we do it.
Yeah, confidence is a hell of a drug. It is. The placebo factor of it is just insane.
Oh, yeah. I find it so interesting that in game 1, the Panda Cat was rotating, so Nevin was forced to rotate and did very well in the chaos of a team fight. And Panda Cat noticed that as Cloud loses 50% of his HP and says, fine, I will not rotate, which forces you to stay here. Yep. And now you can't impact those team fights the way you want. So very interesting adaptation coming out from the Hunter on the side of Legion. SPL level thought process.
Yep, 1,800 experience difference here. Gold difference, it's 1,000 Not really worth noting, to be honest. I mean, it's so small. This Gold Fury can really open things up. Geb Shield's going to come out there, mitigating the damage there on Batz, as now they are just getting zoned out. Pain Devion just really stepping up and trying to bring him out the best he can. Sobek now has entered the fight as well. This is a 4-man grouping. The Sylvanus ult's good. That's going to be a Fear No Evil as well. Beads are going to be forced out. Sobek's lurking in the water. Wow. Cataclysm's going to be late. And now Geb's going to be in the middle of everything here. Legion wants him dead. Geb Shield on himself. Aduro still trying to do it. Path of Flames will get that kill. Colossal Fury is going to be down already, though. And now DJ Pernicus still managing to stay alive.
A lot of those basics. Salt Machine thought he was out of range, but could have actually killed Pain Devion. I was looking at some. He doesn't play Vamana that often. Knowing the range of those basics is so important. He's all here alone. Can he clear the path and combo him? One shot. Ooh. There it is. Gets the basic as well as the armored umbrella. Will he turn around or will he play it safe? Looks like the solo laner is going to be safe, but because of that interference, Legion won't get the Gold Fury at all. They'll have to settle.
Oh no, Nevin, come on, man. The lazy back, the Kraken's gonna hit as well. Is it gonna be enough? That is not gonna be the case. That is so heartbreaking. Nevin moved out of the mid lane for, I guess, because he didn't feel safe, and because he moved, it just set up Agni for a guaranteed bomb.
That one is gonna sting.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. He's now 3-0-4.
Jumps over the wall looking for, misses the Sacred Monkey. If Sacred Monkey had hit DJ, that might have been a kill.
Yeah, he probably would have committed on that. And then he had overhand smash as well. Yep. Yeah, that would have probably definitely been a kill. After that team fight, though, you can just see 3,000 experience lead for Team Legion. And so it begins, right? It seems that Legion, once they start going, they're very, very hard to stop, at least for returns. So the question is, can Return put up the fight, or will we see another GG come out of them?
I think Return understands the difference between this game and the last game, and
well, obviously this is an elimination game.
Exactly, and I've personally said beforehand that I didn't agree with the surrender, but that's my thought process.
Yeah.
Their thought process might as well has been, well, the next one's do or die. We're better in those situations than we are when it's a little limbo. So let's get rid of this. Let's put ourselves against the wall and let's take it. I do not expect Return to really F6 this one early on. I think they're going to really do what they can because they're a capable team. They showed that in round one.
Oh, Wiggles committing.
That was hot.
I thought he was. No, I see what you did there.
I wasn't even trying it. That was hot.
I thought he was going to really commit there, but I guess the ward coverage revealed Sylvanus, and he was just like, nope. No.
I just love that interaction between the teleport. Whether it's a Giannis or anybody with a dash, you hit him with the Sacred Monkey and then they dash.
Yeah.
And then you teleport like, dude.
What up?
I'm still here, bro. It's very fun stuff.
Well, but now I'm going to see Panda Cat, who's got a level advantage over Nevin. Meanwhile, Klaus still in the mid lane, excuse me. He is down 2 levels here to the Agni. And this is really because they haven't had any control over mid Harpies at all. Mm-hmm. It's been all about Legion.
Legion has just been driving this train since game 1. And game 2 and 3 were done in spectacular fashion. They didn't just eke out a win. They didn't Giannis ult into the base and surprise everybody. Yeah. They actually just stopped Return. So Return...
They should be starting up Gold Fury here. Return sees that there's 2 members of Legion all the way over on the speed buff side of things. They could have definitely won to it. And now they're going to be a little bit late as Batz is actually going to take the back, and they're not even going to go for this. I'm sure DM Brandon's having a conniption fit.
Just going to go ahead and farm up a little bit in the mid lane. Looks like Clow, question mark, having a little bit of problem. Maybe he's just standing still. But Wiggles the bag going to go ahead and pause the game real quick. So I'm gonna throw the whole "you were a pro" thing on you again. What's this like when you have to win 2 in a row?
I think it's better. I think because you know exactly what's in front of you.
Okay.
I mean, there's no more excuses. There's no more anything. You know that you have to win. I always felt more comfortable in the losers bracket than I did in the winners bracket because you have that safety blanket. Which in the MOBA side of things, we don't really see, at least in Smite, we don't really see a double elimination bracket, right? We see single elimination, so it's much different. So with that said, I'm expecting huge things. Cataclysm's going to hit as well. Wubbin's health is just going to get dropped.
Wow.
And now Aduro's still alive.
Yeah, Panicat doing a lot of work. Legion all centered around the mid-Harpy area where Return spread out like a stick of butter. So good attention to where you have to be. The geography is on point for Legion, and that's why they took a kill and didn't drop a single death.
From a pause to just instant chaos. That's impressive.
Yes.
Sobek's going to be on the right side. He's going to see the Vamana. He's just really in a slap fight as Clow will go ahead and rotate, looking to drop a Whirlpool there, but he decided, it's probably not going to do anything. I'll save it for the minions because I want the creeps. He's had a hard time. I mean, he's 0-3, and with that Doom Orb, he hasn't been able to kind of hold on to his stack, so now finally he'll be able to finish Boots with that back, but he is 0-3-1 across the way, 3-0-5 for Aduro. All things told, Agni is in a great spot, who actually rushed Chronos Pendant here. Not every day. Not every day you see that. I like it, though. I mean, the whole idea behind the Spear Magus, right, is just like, oh, well, I get more dashes, and I get a little bit more damage out, so why not? Just do the Chronos and get the, 75 magical damage flat?
Yeah, it's a large amount of power. It always surprises me because of how much CDR is on it. Beautiful look over the wall with the help of that ward allows Aduro to just, well, push Clow out of the fight. It's actually very interesting. Doesn't go for the kill, just pushes him out, so you know there won't be a Kraken at this Gold Fury.
Yeah. And now they're going to try to burst it here. Geb blinks in. Fields of Love is going to be good. Return actually has stolen the Gold Fury. This will help them out a lot. But at what cost is Hunbats will get pulled? Does he have his jump available? They're going to turn on him. The slow's going to be on. Wiggles still trying to run away. Fear No Evil is going to be good. Beats forced out. They're going to commit. The Kitty Cats are gone. And now the Kitty Cats will get a kill. DJ Pernicus still doing everything he can for this team. They lose the Gold Fury, but they pick up 2 kills. Worth or no, Dot?
I mean, they get the 2 kills. I'm going to say worth because that wasn't a trepidatious situation. That was skill and luck on the side of Return, right? It wasn't a scary, couldn't they get it, Legion situation. It was, well, this is our Gold Fury. Surprise is a Geb. They did everything they were supposed to. Return steals it, but they get the 2 kills. Shout out to Pain de Beyond for that grab.
Yeah,
that grab
was great.
Came like a bat out of hell.
Yep. And now, speaking of Pain de Beyond, he is still just controlling this lane perfectly. Panda Cat. Also, it's important to note how annoying this lane of Sylvanus Cupid is. Not only do you have to deal with Cupid and just the fact that he's just annoying, but then you add the amount of sustain this lane has. It's just, that would put me on tilt instantly.
It's a little rough.
Yeah, it's just,
So
Cupid.
In this lull, Gold Fury is dead. Mid Harpies will be coming up a little bit soon, but right now at the 16-minute mark, teams are kind of waiting for the next real big thing. Do you know what Pain de Beyond means in English?
What?
Meatloaf.
Really?
Yep.
I do love me some meatloaf.
Like the hit record Bat Out of Hell?
I don't know what you're saying right now. Bastet going to be pushing forward here and waiting on the team as well. Sylvanus is going to force the ult of Rama. And will he be able to connect? Nope. He was just off the mark. Fields of Love is going to be good. Panicat gets 1. Now Sylvanus gets another one. Down goes Poseidon. Legion is just destroying. I mean, it is 13-2. All things told, this is a very similar lead to what they had in the game in which Return already surrendered.
This is where they have to do it because you mentioned 13-2. Yeah, they're killing it. They were before that tower. They were only ahead by 2,000 gold. They're not really fighting enough after the fights, and this is where they turn it around. They get a middle tower. They get a second middle tower, especially with that Gold Fury taken, and all while DJ Pernicus is split pushing, and he'll take a long lane tower as long as Ram doesn't hurt him too much.
Oh, well, Ram should be able to win this boxing match here. DJ Pernicus is just kind of strafing around. He's trying to bait this out as the hearts will come out for Panda Cat. He gets a little bit overzealous before the minions arrive, and now Pain will heal them up. Now, when you're looking at this, you'll notice that it is actually Salt Machine who is 2-0. He has Executioner as well as Stone of Gaia. So when he goes into Colossal Fury, not only is he going to be able to heal more, but he's also going to be doing a lot more damage. They're going to have an answer for him in these team fights.
I really like the Executioner on Vamana because he has AoE basic attacks, and the Executioner is going to, it works like Spear of the Magus as opposed to Obsidian Shard. It's not personal penetration, it's a debuff on the opponent. So what happens is with those AoE basic attacks, the penetration debuff gets put onto the opponent, which means the monkey and Ram are going to be making use of the lack of protections on those characters. So great thought process coming out from Salt Machine to use that AoE debuff on Vamana.
So now Rama here, we're seeing mirror builds again coming out of the Hunters. We've only seen one version of a Dev Gloves come out, and it didn't work. So now we're going to be seeing, this is pretty much the standard. It's Heartseeker, Aussie, and then whichever boots you prefer.
As I said, the real difference is sort of confidence and the ability to snowball, and will you snowball. And nobody ever gets to be the best by thinking they're not good.
Yeah.
So with that understanding, you have to go. You know, all of the pro players or potential pro players should go. You should see the Heartseeker build.
They might be able to. They might be able to turn. Oh my God! Pain Devion with a beautiful root. Are you kidding me?
Double.
Completely stopping the momentum there of Team Return, as we're going to watch Panda Cat and Nevin just still square off again. Important to note that Panda Cat is actually 2 levels ahead of Nevin again. That's really been the story here. Oh my, experience difference is almost 11,000. When the hell did that happen? Do you know? Because I don't.
The tower rush and the deaths that happened before that were a big swing that took the lead from 2,000 to 6,000. We saw them take 2 mids, the dual lane, and the solo lane was taken by Sobek, just stopped briefly by Vamana, but eventually the minions went and killed it, and that's the big swing. We just mentioned out, it's 13-2, and they're only ahead by 2K. Well, it's 13-2, and now they're ahead by 6K.
Okay, so here's really going to be the story for Return. You're going to see that Batz has decided to not go into a Magi's. He's going to be going into a Deathbringer. They need to wait for this Deathbringer to really just get active, and then Batz goes from, okay, he's in the team fight, and Fear No Evil's down, to, oh my God, I just got crit, where's my health? And this is a free Gold Fury.
Completely free going the way of Legion. This is what Return cannot afford to do. That said, you do have Salt Machine barking down the right-hand side of the tower, but it's just not enough. They need to be able to defend against these free objectives.
Rama could be in a lot of trouble in the left side here. He's going to get knocked up. DJ Pernicus is going to watch him get pulled. Fields of Love will come down as well. He's forced into the ultimate. Will he be able to take out one? And then now he's still going to be alive. Pernicus in a lot of trouble. Wiggles gets one. Fear No Evil is going to be good. Aduro actually backs right into it. He does have the dash. And now Clow will activate the Trident. And he's going to push. One more auto attack should do it. And Wubbin will take the kill. Panda Cat turns. He's got the Heart Bomb on him. He doesn't have the stun, though, and now Wiggle will go ahead and run away.
Great play from Return, understanding the fights that they can win and the fights that they can't win, and going for it when they can. They're on their tower. They have the pincer mechanic coming in. They have the enemy surrounded. All sources go. It's exactly what happened. They fired all their cannons, and they picked up a kill, too.
Now, I heard Bart and DM kind of speak on this a little bit earlier, but I wanted to get your opinion on it. The dual executioner on your team. Are you for it? Do you think they should have itemized a little bit differently? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's not... It depends on who it's on. So as I said, the Vamana is going to spread it across whoever he hits.
Yep.
And the Hunter is going to be looking for these one-on-one situations. In this situation, I don't think it's ideal because, of course, they don't stack. But it's not sacrilege as if it was the jungler and the Hunter, because they're going to be looking at the same target a lot of the time.
Well, I thought the bait was good. They started up the Fire Giant just for a second trying to bait out a kill there, but they're just going to quickly give up on that one. Return to their lanes and go ahead and farm up. Return, they're only down, what, 5,000 gold? I mean, it's a lot, but they can still live. Look at how much damage these cats are doing. Geb's going to come in, Fear No Evil as well. They blew a lot, and at what cost? They also, that's a blink down for Wubbin. Whew. That's a lot in that fight. And look at this Panda Cat in a one-on-one, and he's just going to clean that one up.
That's what he's been doing.
He is a beast, bro.
It's what he's been doing, man. Just Panda Cat absolutely running the solo situation.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Legion actually go ahead and start up a Fire Giant here. I mean, they know Geb's going to be down with Blink for at least another 40 seconds, depending on when they calculated it. And now they're going to just see the siege here on Tier 2. Will Return be able to hold? They're a little bit split up here, as that's going to be Sobek spotting out the Vamana.
Yeah, well played. Stuck in a little bit of a hard spot, but the two members of Return in the long lane don't turn around onto him. That could have been a little slippery, but well played does get out of there. 23 minutes into this contest, 14-4 read the kills going the way of the red team Legion, and the gold is telling the same story. 5,000 gold on the side of the team. That is one win away from earning the SPL spot.
DJ Pernicus starting to get bullied out of this one. He's just going to go ahead and jump over, but you can start to see exactly what Vamana is going to be doing. He's going to be looking to box everyone. Wubbin now charged it up, trying to see if the Harpies were still there. Unfortunately for him, they aren't. Now, looking at this Poseidon, a.k.a. Clow, has built a little bit differently than how we're used to seeing Poseidon, but the Gem of Isolation synergizes so well with Whirlpools.
Oh, that's perfect. I mean, Whirlpool has this natural gravity-type situation where it pulls you into the center. Gem of Isolation is basically just going to stop you in your track. So Clow realizes, yeah, I have the Doom Orb, and I'm going to get the stacks up. I'm very proud that he didn't sell it, but he looked at how much he was dying, and he said, look, I have to buy the CDR boots. I have to be utilitarian for my team this time around. So he buys CDR boots and Gem of Isolation, and he's going to look to control the situation more so than be a giant Kraken machine.
Yep. Hunbat still doesn't have this Deathbringer. It is such a costly item to get. He might be able to have it here based on this back with the amount of mana he has. He does. So that was 2,000 gold in hand. Deathbringer is officially online. Beads 3 finished. Still, this is where we're going to see a change in momentum here for Team Return. If he can hit these big Fear No Evils, which we've been seeing him do perfectly, especially synergizing with the Geb as well. I mean, he's got Cataclysm up, he's got Blink. If he times it right, they can turn a team fight so fast, and I'm expecting to see that happen.
I really like this. Speaking of items, as you mentioned, the Deathbringer, we'll see if Well-Pled can get out of this beautiful dash, but here comes Geb. Are they going to use the Blink?
It's such a big rotation for really nothing
so
coming
bad.
out of it right now as it stands. Fortunately for them, it will be in the mid lane here, as now Pain de Vion's actually going to start up this Gold Fury. They committed so much to the right side on Legion that they said, well, we could start this, but they do have to be away. Oh my god, that's a Cataclysm wasted. He didn't hit anyone with that. They know it's on cooldown. This is a huge advantage now for Legion.
Free gold. Free gold. Free gold. Panda Cat and DJ Pernicus are there all by themselves. That's all they really need. Cupid Heart can provide the health that Lifesteal isn't going to, because we don't have the Devo gloves built. So they're going to be able to burst that down. No problem, seeing that the entirety of the enemy team is on the right-hand side of the map and in the middle. They pick up that Gold Fury, and with that, they will rotate over to the right, and they'll fight over the even bigger objective.
Oh, forced right into the lurking in the water to avoid the knockup.
No problem.
I don't think he really had to do that, but I think he was more like, oh yeah, well, those little battles where you just outsmart your opponent, it just gives you that ego boost. We're like, yeah, I know, this guy sucks. This guy sucks.
He also gets his mana back, so that'll be an interesting point. Sobek will go ahead and clean up the jungle camp, and he'll get that mana back with the ultimate. So mid-Harpies a 26-minute, not the largest objective, but just enough to worth going for. So Legion picks those up as well, maintaining their 5,500 gold lead.
We're starting to see Return kind of carve away at this experience difference. You're starting to see him farm very, very well.
Right.
But it's still at like 8,000. It's so tough. But I mean, look at this. Experience per minute, Vamana leading the way. And no shocker, you look at his items. Executioner, Ikavol, Midgardian, Mail, plus Stone Agaya. Next, he'll sell off this Bluestone Pennant. He can do whatever he wants. And Sprint 3, this is perfect time for Vamana to come up.
It's just him, though. Everyone else is Legion, and then the bottom of the map, or the bottom of the chart, is comprised of members of Team Return. So Vamana's doing well, but the rest of his team, not so much. And at the end of the day, it's a 5-person game. There is no single character.
It's so funny when you look at this net worth chart. I mean, you see Vamana, he's at the top, and then 5 members of Legion, and then everyone else from Team Return. They got to get a lot of things going here. It might start with this kill on DJ Pernicus, who's going to be called out in this jungle. And now there it starts. It's 5-14, 27 minutes on the clock.
Uh-oh.
Now, that's Fields of Love. Colossal Fury forced out as well. CC immune, and this time he's going to turn around. Geb Shield's going to get put on him. That's a big Geb Shield, as he's just going to be smashing down. Aduro's here as well. Blink Cataclysm will stop this as well. Here comes a Kraken, cracking off the mark. And now I wouldn't be surprised if they just say, okay, well, we had our chance. Let's give this up.
Yeah, I mean, both teams really sloppy fight from both sides right there. Kraken just misses. Ultimate's used onto a Vamana that had his ultimate up. I like the use of Sickening Strike on the Vamana. It's going to stop his heal, but almost everything in that fight was just not where either team participant wanted to be.
Look how much of a beefcake Sobek is. I mean, he's got Breastplate. He's got almost a fully stacked Warlocks. He's got an E-Staff, and then a Divine Ruin.
Look at his face.
It's insane. I mean, how do you deal with that?
You ignore him as best you can?
Yeah, if you can, right? I mean, there's only so much you can do versus Sylvanus and a Sobek for a CC chain. Cloud's going to be pushing up. They're going very aggressive. Whirlpool's going to hit. I don't know if they have the vision to even see where the rest of Team Legion was, but that could have gotten ugly very, very quick.
Bastet is in Texas. What? This has to be calculated. Otherwise, that is the wrong spot to be in. So you've got 4 members here. So Legion is making the decision to go for this.
This is scary. This could be a throw. This could be a very, very big throw. They have no Bastet here as well.
He's on his way.
There's 3 members of return here. It's all eyes on Wubbin. Wubbin has to get this steal. The Fire Giant's going to be doing a bunch. Forced into the ultimate here. Panda Cat now is going to be in the 1v1. He's going to go back trying to grab a heart. It's not going to be enough. Pain's got the peel. Fields of Love will be there as well. Salt Machine's got his ultimate. And now Rama he wins the boxing match. This is huge for Nevin. Will he be able to find more damage? He's got DJ Copernicus in his sight. Wasn't able to get it. Wiggles gets a big kill. This is looking so good for Return.
Return's going to keep going. Great Stun onto Well Plaid. More damage not going to come the way of Return, but they forced 2 members home by way of death, and 3 members are still alive, but they're really not local. Aduro is here.
I mean, they're all going to get zoned out by this Vamana.
It's all about pain.
I mean, this Vamana is going to be fine.
For 50 seconds. He cannot get in there clean. They're going to turn. Beautiful turn and burn by Team Return, and they're going to put them into the ground. And Fire Giant will go the way of the blue team. Almost no problem. Beautiful Sobek flip. Hold that thought. Legion steals it. There it is.
That's a Sobek play for you. He's just going to happily die here. He's just like, well, you know what? Guess what I did? I delayed you guys from having a humongous assault on our towers. We'll take the gold. We'll take the experience. Thanks for your help. That was huge. That was looking so good for Return, too. Everything started adding up in their favor. Nevin won a humongous one-on-one fight where he rolled in. Yeah,
the first fight of the series that he wins against Panda Cat.
Huge. Really, really big. Not only is it big just for the sense of the game, but also for his morale, his confidence. And since he lost this, since they lost the Fire Giant, you can see the difference in gold now. Rage just getting finished out here by Rama. We're on the other side. I mean, Cupid already bought that when he was dead. He was like, okay, yeah, I got it. Thanks, guys.
Another free gold fury going the way of Legion.
That's really been the case of this game, right? I feel like we've said free gold fury so many times, minus one time, right? Return did a good job once, and then they just completely gave that up.
Yeah, so Legion drops it because they notice Geb's in the area. They don't want to turn anything into a big throw like they sort of did at that Fire Giant.
Yeah.
Still definitely in the lead. Legion has about 3,000 above their opponent, but could have been much, much more.
Okay, well, walk me through this Runeforged pickup here by Batz. I'm not really sure, as Wubbin's going to blink it, Cataclysm's going to hit, Aduro's got the follow-up bombs as well. Who's going to take this? Fields of Love is down as well. Legion will be able to take the Gold Fury. This time it wasn't free. This time they also get a kill as well. Fear No Evil's going to hit. Look at the crits, and now Cupid will get out. That's going to be one good job from Wiggles to stay alive throughout that. But again, what's going on with the Runeforge?
He just wants to be a little bit more tanky. He's realizing that he's going to be in the neck of these fights. You've got the Vamana, who's going to be in the backline. You've got the Mage, and you've got the Mage of the Poseidon and the Ram, who are going to want to stay far away from the fight. So you've got Geb, who's going to blink Cataclysm and just sort of sit there. And then you have your Vamana, who's going to be in the middle of everything. Batz wants to get in the middle of everything and fear no evil. And when those bees get popped, they're going to look at the monkey. So he's got to be aware that he's going to be in the middle of everything.
Is it not better for him to go into a Magi's with dealing against this team? right? I mean, looking at it, you get the pluck from Sobek that gets stopped. You have the pull from Sylvanus that gets stopped. The stun. I mean, I'm not seeing it. I feel like a Magi's would have been perfect.
A Magi's, I like Magi's. Runeforge Hammer does two things. It's offensive and defensive, but I like the Magi's a little bit better as well.
Colossal Fury forced up already here from Salt Machine. He's just stomping around as now we will see Batz go ahead and take the back Harpies. The question is, will we see the baby live? The charge prey is going to be off the mark, and now Fear No Evil will help Cloud just get a guaranteed Kraken. Look at Batz just be able to stay alive. Shout outs to the Runeforge as Sylvanus will blink. Geb's going to follow up, and that's going to be a blink stone shield. That's how you support your team. You burn everything to keep them alive, but now look at the assault dot. It's in the mid lane.
Firebird getting focused by Panda Cat. Let's ride along with the Hunter. He will be focusing the tower. If he doesn't get forced out, that's exactly what Return is going to do. Beautiful stun by Agni, played by Adoro right there, so Panda Cat should be able to slink back into the jungle. No problem. Return is giving chase. Geb is here, gets a great knockup. The crits are real onto Sylvanus. The ultimate is down. Can they kill him? In from the side comes Panda Cat lurking in the jungle. Cloud gets one. Rom's gonna fall, and now they're all looking at Cupid.
Yeah, Cupid's better strap on his Nikes, my man, or in his case, just dash away because the entire team of Return is going to be there.
Beautiful.
Charge Prey is going to connect, throwing them backwards, and now he's trying to do the best he can. Salt Machine picks up one, and now that's going to be another. This is huge for Team Return.
This is exactly what Return needs to do. People always ask in these longer games, you know, what does the team that's down, co-caster, need to do to really get out of this? And the idea is you got to make the big plays. You have to not be afraid of your opponent and never just gets destroyed. And you have to be this aggressive, honestly.
Yep. Well, the Aegis will be popped up, so he's going to be damage immune for a bit. Trying to get the stun out there. Unfortunately, Colossal Fury, he's CC immune in that time, and now we will still watch them go ahead and push up. They know the jump's down. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, this is going to be another kill.
Wow.
Robin gets that one. Now they're going to just shred through this tier 2. Fire Giant will be up in 10 seconds. They're a little bit low. We're going to see them back, and now, I mean, Pain Devion's up, yes, but Aduro, he's down for 40 seconds. DJ Pernicus, he's on the sideline for 50 seconds. All things told, Return should be able to take this Fire Giant as long as they go with the quickness.
Yeah, they need to zone out Pain Devion. He does have that Hog 3.
And a Magi, so he's going to be very difficult to go ahead and zone out.
They can't forget about Well Plaid. He's the reason that they lost the last Fire Giant fight. Came in, plucked, hogged. They have to be very careful of that again, but here they are. They're going to go for it. As you said, the wind is on their side.
Well, Wubbin just going to go ahead and try to zone out the best he can. Panda Cat rotates over as well.
There's Rama. That's who you need.
And now Salt Machine joins the party. He says, "What's up, guys?" And he's going to bring the Heart Bomb over to his teammates, which actually stuns them. A play we normally don't see at a professional level. They're going to turn it. They're going to go straight for Panda Cat there. And now will he be able to get it? The Stone Shield's going to be on him. And now that's going to be one. Still looking for more. And now that's beautiful. What a Kraken. It's going to hit both of them. But unfortunately, they're two tanky Guardians. Colossal Fury's out. Sobek is one dead Crocodile. And now they go turn to Fire Giant? Question mark?
Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Return needs these kills, both numbers-wise and mentally. DJ Pernicus is coming on the right-hand side, so they do have to be careful not to get their mage caught out. And that's exactly what happened. DJ picks him off the way a jungler should, but
this
he
is
himself
huge.
Gets picked off.
I mean, at what cost did that happen? I mean, they're going to lose a mid-Phoenix here. They still have their Hog 3 online as well as Vamana. Are they gonna try to end this? No. Don't. No. That is one healthy Titan. That's a tier 1 tower still on the left side. This is a throw. Pain Devion is gonna be able to carry this here. He's gonna be able to root him. I'm really confused as to why.
Scott. 50% on the Titan.
Yeah, but look at Vamana. Vamana's completely gone here. Nevin's gonna turn back in here.
Nevin's gonna kill everyone.
What? No. Okay, Cupid's up. Panda Cat, this is going to be big. There's one. And now will he be able to find the second? He's going to get it in there. He keeps it alive.
Wow. The amount of HP
20%.
on this...
It's 20%.
20%. You're pushing
it says it in the top right.
Damn it. But look at the Titan on the minimap.
Oh, I get it. Trust me, I get it. I'm just... I read what's in front of me. I don't guess. Wow. Return tried to burn that down. I'm surprised no one on return was holding tab and saying when Panda Cat was going to be up.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
At this stage in the game,
I respect it.
Yeah,
I respect it.
You got to
so
go for
much.
it, right? You got to force that game.
That's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. You have to be aggressive. You have to go for that big play, because if you don't get it, you'll be asking yourself, what if? What if? What if we pushed it? What if we went for those kills? What if the Fire Giant kills Panda Cat?
What?
Cloud Beyond gets credit for that one, but the final blow was dealt by a boulder from the Fire Giant.
All right, we're tied up. It's 80,000 gold to 81,000 gold at this point in time.
Wow.
The only thing that's different is that Agni has Soul Reaver, right? Across the way, we're not seeing that. We see a Ratatouille.
Yeah.
So these guys are swinging so hard. It all comes down to the team. Cataclysm's going to hit. Fear No Evil is going to be good as well, forcing Sobek all the way off to the side. But now Batz is in a lot of trouble.
Pain. So strong, using the knock-up from the ultimate to guarantee the pull into his teammates, just death machine, and Pain makes sure he gets the kill with a basic. So very well played by the support from Canada. 5, 4, and 14 is the slash line. Lotus Crown is online. Both aura items are online, and he even has a ward stone. So
Return really needs to make sure that they're keeping this mid lane shoved up. As long as it's shoved up, really, Legion has to cater to that, since the Phoenix is still down and the Fire minions could realistically take out a Titan. I mean, at 20%, as long as it's shoved up, they have to have one person back there, which means Return has a 5-on-4 at the Fire Giant. They just can't do this whole like, okay, let's do the Fire Giant. No, let's not. They have to be decisive.
I mean, we saw what happens when you're not decisive in yesterday's game. Teams were sort of dancing around, and it just spelled disaster for the indecisive team. So you definitely want to... I always say this in ranked. You're better off having 5 people do the wrong call than 1 person do the right call. Committing is everything in Smite. Pick what you want to do and commit. Return has done a wonderful job of evening it out. They've shown Legion all their cards. We can do this. You got to be afraid of us. And now is their chance to actually do it.
Well, 40 minutes on the game clock. Fire Giant getting started up.
Here's that
Panda
commit.
Cat's on the left side. He's going to zone him out. He burned the Magi's there with the knock-up, and then in return, Sylvanus will be able to take out the Magi's of Gep. They've done a great job tanking this Fire Giant. Fear No Evil is going to hit. They're going to zone him out. They have to prioritize this Fire Giant, though. It's still going to be up. They aren't going to go for it. And Return has stolen the Fire Giant here, and now we will watch them still go on. I mean, Salt Machine's in a great position.
He's all
Fields
alone.
of Love's going to be here as well. Panda Cat will throw every bit of damage he can onto him, but he's just so tanky.
Beautiful blink coming out from Pain. A great Geb Shield is going to stop the root, but it doesn't stop the pull. Well planned, gets the credit for that kill on the Salt Machine. That's one of the downsides of being in your Vamana ult. What
a dance.
I'm in Colossal Fury. I can hit everyone.
That Fire Giant was such a dance that it was really a steal for both sides, whoever got it. I mean, even though, yes, it was started up by Return, but they just lost control. I mean, one jump from Bastet completely deterred everything they were working on. Like, everything. They stopped what they were doing. They said, oh, okay, whatever.
Right now, they have no signs of slowing down as they take down the mid Phoenix, and Legion are going to go and turn onto the left Phoenix. You're right, folks. This is the team without Fire Giant buff. Going on the offensive.
I know, right?
The left-hand Phoenix is going to go down as well, so Fire Giant or not, Legion doesn't seem to care. They take a mid-Phoenix and a left-hand Phoenix. That's more than what Return did before with the Fire Giant.
Yep. Well, now they have like 2 minutes and 40 seconds to burn, so this Fire Giant buff can go away. Granted, there's only 3 people with it, but 2 of them is the jungler and the hunter, which it's very, very good on. Now, granted, the last person you wanted on is Vamana, and thank God he doesn't have it. So now, I mean, if you're Legion...
But do they care?
I think if you're Legion, you gotta respect it,
They
right?
just took 2 Phoenixes. That's not very respectful.
No, that's because everyone was down. I mean, they had 2 people down. When Vamana being down as well as Poseidon, I'm not that worried about it. Right? I mean, it was
very
5-on-3.
Yeah, very, very true. Fire minions starting to be a problem in the mid lane as both teams, Phoenixes in the mid lane, have been down. That said, The Phoenix 4 Legion has returned or respawned. So it is half HP, and it gets 50% of its HP, so it's even easier to kill this time around than the last time, but those fire minions don't spawn till Return takes it down a second time.
The other thing, too, to note here is that the Titan has actually healed up a lot as well, so they're not just going to just dive bomb into this one because it doesn't have 20% health anymore.
What percent is it?
I'll wait for the chart. I like to read.
Really?
Ish.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Actually, my favorite author did just put out a book. So,
oh.
Irvin D. Yalom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
Yeah, he's a psychoanalysis. But anywho,
cool stuff.
Looking at the dance here, Fire Giant's still going to be on. Yeah, I mean Legion, they have no reason to fight. They're at a disadvantage. They don't want to fight, and they're seeing the backing. So this is, I mean, I'm expecting a 55-second hold. And then maybe going again on the Fire Giant, but even still, I mean, it's a minute and 40 seconds now until that thing spawns. They have the timer on it. They're just going to wait this out.
Yeah, this is the old hurry up and wait.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a unfamiliar sign in Smite. It's just so difficult to go ahead and siege 5-on-5. You need a little bit of help. That said, Legion has no problem sieging 5-on-0, so they're going to take this tower for free. Vamana comes over just a little bit too late. TJ Pernicus will show everyone that he's backing. Really no concern for that whatsoever. Fire Giant, as you said, still over a minute away. 1 minute, 15 seconds left till the old Giant of Fire respawns and teams can make a go at it. So for now, clean up the jungle, question mark, and get whatever you can. Finish your builds because the fight is coming.
Bastet opting into the Fist of the Gods there, which will give her a 1-second stun on any target who is in the radius, which is going to help them out a lot. And now Agni actually going straight into the Divine Ruin as his 6th item. This is going to stop the healing, and it's really just looking directly at Vamana and then Rama. Right? It's like, okay, Rama, we get it. You have an Aussie. Relax.
Aussie is, it has some flat pen on it, just like Ichabod, which is why it works so well in this situation with the change from Devo Gloves to Heartseeker. You still feel that attack spell. You still fill that attack speed slot with raw penetration. 44 minutes in this game, man. Yep.
They're pausing to stretch their legs to avoid a blood clot at this point. It's a deathly injury out there that you got to be worried about. You know, it's all about the health at the end of the days of these players. Just like the NFL, you know, can't go hitting in the head anymore. Got to stand every once in a while, bro.
I mean, you know, you joke, but you take a look at some of the teams like Trig, and they have health coaches. They have dietitians. You know, you take a look at some of the other games with larger organizations, and you know, psychologists become a part of it. So it's.
I'm surprised psychologists haven't become a part of it already. I mean, it's such a good.
I know that you know, Cloud9 definitely, as far as their Smite squad specifically, I'm not too sure, but I know Cloud9 definitely consults a sports psychologist.
Yep.
It's pro gaming is not all fun and games, folks. There's a lot. It's a full mental and sometimes body experience going into this because of the amount of stress put on these players. Right now, a lot of stress for Team Return as they are forced to win the next two to get their spot into the Pro League.
Well, Magi's are going to be up. The battle between the poles is going to be off the mark here. Legion has started up. They got the zone. And now there it is. Magi's has been popped for Wubbin as well as Sylvanus, as we will see Sobek get completely pushed out here. And look at this, DJ Pernicus actually going with a split push here. Will Return actually start this up, or are they going to send anyone back? The Cats are going to be on the middle Phoenix.
This.
Or, I mean, does he have the DPS to do it out?
It forced Cloud back. It doesn't matter if he has the DPS. He's going to kill Cloud in the fountain. So now it's a 4-on-4 at the Fire Giant. Hunbat's ultimate is down. Well played is out of the fight. Pain Devion dies to the hand of the Ram. Maduro's going to dash on in. Wubbin barely alive. Nevin not alive at all. This fight is going the way of Legion in spades. And here comes Salt Machine onto DJ Pernicus. Finally, someone's paying attention to the cat. Beautiful move!
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he did not. I mean, he's going to die here in a second to Vamana, but wow.
Show me your move.
He just punched Geb in the throat.
He Falcon punched Geb in the throat.
Right? Yeah. Seriously, though. Fire Giant still stands. That is...
Beautiful mechanics from DJ Pernicus.
Oh, for sure.
No one... That was just... Using the Bastet jump back mechanic, using the long range slow to nail that kill. I absolutely loved that play. I loved the thought process of taking out the Phoenixes, forcing someone to back, making it a 4-on-4 even fight, and now because of all of those ripples, Legion gets the Fire Giant for free.
47 minutes on the clock here, guys. They're going to have 4 minutes of assaulting with this Fire Giant. We've seen it before. Return.
Wow.
Throughout all of this, everything told in Game 4, they've gone toe-to-toe. Sure, there was that period in time where we were like, wow, Legion was up like 14-2 at the 16-minute mark. And now to see this game look the way it is, it would be heartbreaking to see Return not win this game.
I mean, Return has been playing well. They've been playing hard.
Yeah.
Legion has been playing for the entirety of this series smarter. They've won by intentional strategies. Loki in the solo with no hog, we are going to make sure that side of the jungle is clear. That's our strategy. Whoever made this call, I don't know if it was DJ, don't know if it was Payne, maybe even Aduro or Well-Plaid or Panda. Whoever made this call to take out these two Phoenixes and change it changed the fight. They've been playing extremely smart.
They got Colossal Fury out as well.
That's
so at 48 minutes here, they don't have to deal with Colossal Fury at all. The health regen, the AoE autos, that is no longer a worry. That is so big for them.
That's one of the biggest parts. That's why you pick Vamana, because he has Colossal Fury in the late game. And now he doesn't have Colossal Fury in the late game.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Sprint 3 still and Fist of the Gods, but
Legion knows. They are just walking straight into it. They do not care.
Well, looking at it, Payne Devion is set up in a spot where he's trying to be sneaky with the push, with the pull here. Blink Cataclysm comes in. They're going to try to engage here. Sylvanus hits a counter as well. All the way on the back is going to be Aduro. He's in a great position. They have the Fire Giant, but this fight is not going their way at all. Return holds strong. Panda Cat's going to tank some shots of the Phoenix, and now we're going to see he's just going to focus it. They want to burn this down. It's the last Phoenix alive, and now they're going to get out of here. That fight did not go according to plan.
Well, yes and no. They lost their jungler, but they got their target.
Yeah.
The Order Titan,
but I mean,
47%.
DJ just brings so much to these team fights. I mean, just the fact that Bastet can jump in, slow you, and then jump out is such a nuisance to deal with.
Oh, yeah, but the objective, their hard body was the Phoenix. They pick it up. They've got 35 seconds to waste.
They got to rotate back. Down. Look at this. Look at the Titan. I mean, it's at 35% health and dropping. Who's going to be there to stop it? And finally, there's the rotation. 29%. Their Phoenix has returned on the left side. No one from Legion is in a spot to go ahead and kill it. The mid Phoenix is back as well.
Oh, yeah.
Return is trying to hold. Their Titans at 29%. Their Phoenixes are low. The push is still against them as the Fire Giant buff will be on for 1 more minute for Team Legion. Will they be able to end it? Colossal Fury is going to come out. He's really being aggressive here, and that's going to be down. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt him.
It almost undoubtedly will. That Phoenix went down with only a single kill on a DJ Pernicus because there wasn't that late game Vamana presence that really... Everybody was about 40-30% HP at the end of that fight. We had Nevin come in and just wreck people with Ram basic attacks, and there was no big AoE stuff from Vamana because it was down. I can't believe
they're fighting outside of their tower right now. Sylvanus ult is going to hit as well. Now Cataclysm is going to hit as well.
Wow.
Aduro gets one. That's going to be another one for Wiggles. And look at this. Rama's just going to turn around, and now the fight has changed. Wiggles with a huge double kill. Batz really being the difference maker in these fights. But look at this. 25% and dropping 21. Will they go for a backdoor? Panda Cat trying to get the heart bomb on. They really need to just push these lanes up. These Phoenixes, though, at this point are all pretty much full health besides the far right one. Legion, they will now wait again 45 seconds until this next Fire Giant. They weren't able to end with it. Maybe this next one will do it, or will Return be able to hit the steal?
35 seconds till Fire Giant, and 40 seconds for DJ Pernicus, 35 for Well-Plaid, and Payne to Beyond. There will be no Hug 3 on the side of Legion the second Fire Giant spawns.
Yep.
Return can burn the Fire Giant down before any of Legion's Hog 3s come into play.
For sure.
So, Return needs to, they don't have to be there near when the Fire Giant, they don't need to be zoning, they need to be on the Fire Giant when it spawns. They'll be
I don't
able
know
to
if they
take
have
it,
that timer, though.
and they'll be able to kill it.
I don't think they have that timer.
They need to, be around it.
Yeah, that last Fire Giant, though, I mean, Legion just destroyed it.
This is on the left-hand side. You guys can't see me. I'm the left-hand side of the screen. You see Clow and Nevin picking up a purple buff. Be on the right side. You have to be aware of that Fire Giant. They were there when it died.
They have no vision.
And that, unfortunately, is going to drop it.
They have no vision on the Fire Giant. They have nothing on the right side of the map. They had no idea when the timer was because when Legion got that last Fire Giant, they were shoved in their base.
That's very true.
It's a full guessing game for them. And now Fire Giant is going to be started up here. It looks like Legion's going to get this one for free. This is so heartbreaking. We have the ability of seeing this, because we can see where both teams are. But wow,
yeah, you're definitely right.
That sucks.
You're definitely right. Return was not there. I was thinking 2 Fire Giants ago. We've seen so many in this match. Return wasn't there.
They had no idea.
Had no timer on that whatsoever. That one goes to Legion clean and clear and free as anything else in the world. Right-hand Phoenix does respawn, so Return no longer has fire minions breathing down their neck, but they have a Fire Giant buffed Team Legion to defend against as they come barreling down the mid lane, staring at these half health Phoenixes.
Well, you're going to be looking at either Pain to Beyond here, or the Sobek could potentially open this one up. Look at Aduro. Beads already forced out from Poseidon, no longer a part of this fight.
Yep.
And now Sylvanus will come in. Blink Cataclysm will hit. That'll just delay him a bit. Sylvanus will hit. Aduro just dropping bombs on their opposition. Colossal Fury forced out. He's trying to get anyone to attack him so he can stay in the form just a bit longer. But he is not doing anything in this fight. In fact, he's getting ready to die. Fields of Love's going to be here as well. Panda Cat trying to zone out this Geb, as now Geb trying to roll out, but it's not going to be enough. Oh my god, he's actually still alive.
Well played, takes the kill onto Vamana. In comes Team Legion into the enemy's base. The Phoenixes are down. Left-hand Phoenix, the only one that's alive. But at this point, I don't think Team Legion is too concerned. Will they launch a full frontal attack? It looks like they will.
They have to. Kraken's going to hit. That's a beautiful Kraken on Panda Cat. He's going to be taken out as well. They're going to turn on the Titan. 7%, and that's going to do it.
Wow.
Legion will be advancing into the SPL Split 2. Congratulations to Team Legion, but you got to say to yourself, Return. I mean, that's so heartbreaking that they didn't have the damn timer on the Fire Giant.
Yeah,
like, that just sucks.
It's really rough. It's really rough. I congratulations to Legion
for sure.
and everybody on there. And I think
absolutely.
they earned this victory. Team Return put up a good fight, and Legion just bested them every chance they could.
Whew. Well, I mean, I'm very excited to see Legion in there. I thought Legion should have made it in the first split as well, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at this first blood as we queue this one up. All things told, at the beginning of the game, Aduro was dropping bombs. At the end of the game, he was doing the same thing. You can see him just clean them up throughout the entire game. I think he ended with the most player damage as well in that game, but really for me, Return, they had such a good comeback. They were down like 13-2.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Return really, they started to bring it. They didn't quite close it out, so they're not going to be able to change their standings. Europe was first. If you guys are just joining us, their matches happened earlier today. We just closed out North America, so why don't we take a look at those European standings right now as they stand with a new member of the European SPL.
Yep, so you got Team Dignitas, who qualified yesterday, and then the Night's Watch beat out Spicy Waffles in an amazing 5-game series. One of the best sets I think I've watched since being here. I actually probably give the best 5-game set to the World Championship.
Okay.
I think that's
great.
That's the one for me.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
But as we get ready to go into the North America side of things, obviously you guys know, well, Legion, congratulations, you have made it. And then yesterday, Cognitive Gaming. Now, there's 2 spots left for both EU and NA next week. We will watch Eager face High 5 And as we take a look at the schedule here, so that's going to be on Sunday. These are going to be the relegation matches here, or actually the expansion matches happen on Sunday. So Epsilon Esports will be going against the Broncos, and then Eager versus High Five. But Saturday, these are relegation matches.
Yeah, Saturday will be the opportunity for the SPL teams to defend their existing spots. Upcoming Stars against Elo Fishers and Enemy Esports versus Boogaloo. Upcoming Stars recently had a roster change, so that'll impact things. And Enemy Esports also had a roster change. So not the exact teams we've seen in the SPL, so these should be very exciting matches, as well as the expansions on Sunday.
So far, everything's kind of gone according to plan, right? With the exception of Poppies, which I think everyone's still, you know, it hits you in the feels. But do you think we will see an upset? And if there is an upset, who is it?
I think the upset that we are going to look at is Elo Fishers versus Upcoming Stars.
Really?
I still actually have Upcoming Stars winning this one. I think that Cheerio moving to the jungle is a fantastic change of pace. But Elo Fishers has a number of talented players. Unfortunately, they usually get the spotlight due to like roster changes and drama or whatnot, but they're talented guys, and I think that if anybody's going to make it into the SPL over an existing team, it would be Elo Fishers.
Wow. Well, guys, that's going to do it here for the broadcast on Sunday. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to production. You guys are awesome. Other than that, we'll see you next week.
Peace.